All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we have been working towards understanding the global community, the global learning community, and how we can reflect on the things that we have learned, things that we have created, explored, inquired, read in class. And so today, what I'm going to share with you with our Padlet of resources some resources for you to build your understanding of perspective. And let's review perspective means an attitude towards something or a way of regarding a topic, and furthering our understanding of empathy. And again, review empathy is having the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. So it's always really important. As we go through and we're reflecting on something that we've created or we have read, that we understand where another author has come from, where another student has come from, that we try to understand the shoes that they have walked in, and we don't automatically go onto the defensive or go into the critique of what we are going to be reflecting on. Because where we are going with all of these resources is creating our own personal blogs, our own personal websites, or our own personal vlogs, where we are hoping that other people will reflect on the things that we have created. So we need to understand these concepts. So as we are reflecting on things within the global learning community, that when we start posting our own creations and texts, that we are receiving that same kind of consideration. So some online resources for you to use to continue to build upon these interesting topics. Understanding historical perspectives here. It's always really important to understand that in history class, sometimes details are taken out. We don't always have that in-depth understanding of history. And so this is a really awesome resource here where you can go in, look up a topic to help you understand more of what is happening within that society, why certain decisions were being made, and we're not just relying on that basic learning and knowledge that we receive in class. Another really strong source is understanding the stories of others. Perspective and empathy is all about understanding how someone reacts to something, and you understanding how and why they feel a certain way. And having that consideration of walking within their shoes. So, with this resource, you can read stories, historical stories, and you can read extremely more contemporary modern stories, such as first responders now who are having to deal with COVID and the pandemic crisis that we are in right now. So you can really get a first person point of view of how they are dealing with that. So before you go and you reflect and comment on someone's first person experience, you need to be able to take that step back. A couple of other resources. Here's some articles: technology and empathy, perspective of others, a visual example. So if you're a visual learner, go ahead and take a look at this resource right here. It'll help you understand what empathy looks like in our daily lives. I also put a video here: empathy versus sympathy. We tend to be very understanding of the definition of sympathy. Empathy is a little bit more challenging sometimes. And so here's just a short little video to help you with that. I also included some TED Talks. We love TED Talks. The power of empathy, technology and the importance of technology. Technology is definitely becoming a primary element of our daily lives within society, but we need to also continue working on the human aspect of perspective and empathy in regards to dealing with each other, and not just getting behind the keyboard of our computer or of our phone and forgetting about the importance of empathy and perspective when we are commenting or reflecting on things that we are seeing. One of the last little bits that I have for you are just some quotes about empathy. Sesame Street was kind of a trailblazer when it first started, trying to teach young people the importance of understanding and seeing other people's points of view and differences. But within this website here, you can find all different types of quotes that support the idea of perspective and points of view and empathy. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing our path of personal reflection. But before we, put ourselves out there, in hopes of someone else reflecting back on our things that we have worked on, we need to understand how our points of view and our perspective of things um, can influence the way that we reflect on someone else's work. And then further down, we'll get into how we are going to create our personal space within our own within the global learning community through blogging, vlogging, and creating our own websites. But these first resources on the very top here are here for you to begin to understand how to understand those key concepts of perspective, point of view, and empathy.